Hey there. Now's as good of a time as any to introduce this flight. Check this out, flying at a little bit different place. Isn't this beautiful? So where are we? Got any guesses? In many ways, this is the real birthplace and incubator of soaring in Utah. I'm embarrassed to say I've been flying Utah for 21 years, maybe 22, one of the two. And I've only landed here once, but I've never flown out of here. And so it was actually my wife's suggestion. I thought it was a great idea. So I am in Heber, Utah. And some of my videos fly over, and this is the backside right here. And we're just east of Provo in this beautiful little valley. Isn't this gorgeous? So you can see I'm walking my glider to where we take off. Golf cart's gonna come get me. They prefer not to have too many cars running around the airport. This is an interesting airport, much busier. Check this out. As you can see, hardcore firefighting operations going on here. There's a fire about 10 miles to the east of here that they're controlling. There's a Chinook on the other side of the airport that way. So anyway, pretty fun stuff. So I see the golf cart's coming to get me, so I'll just stop here. But excited to fly. So out in that direction are the Over Uinta Mountains. Just on the other side of those hills there's another valley, then the Over Uintas. And so I'm gonna go play there. But I mean, look at this. Look at how good that cloud is, and that cloud, and that, and that. But then it gets even better over there, and look at all that. So really, really fun. This is kind of the northeastern tasking area of Nephi. And so we don't get up here as much, so it'll be a lot of fun to kind of explore this area. I'm planning on flying here over the next month and a half. Just kind of enjoy it. So golf cart's coming to get me. Glider's ready to launch. Gonna be flying dry today. And let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can have some fun. And if the battery lasts, maybe we get another full video. Thanks.
Yeah, I don't like that either. Okay, now close.
Here we go. Boy, was that a sweet takeoff or what? What a great place. Yay, I'm flying out of Heber. Straight ahead. Straight ahead. Straight ahead. Off to the right. I can do a 180. Gear is up. The one with the roof on it? 1,000 feet. This right here is Deer Creek Reservoir, and I'm hoping to fly or boat on it tomorrow with the family. Be fun to see other gliders launch as we're boating. It's a fun lake. I think that the camera is just slightly too far forward. So once I get off of tow, I will mess with it. I'm not gonna mess with it on tow. That would be a distraction, don't need. Off tow. Darn it. I need to at least go best L over D. I'm going too slow. There we go. This is what I was looking for. Sorry, I'm paying attention. Normally you get off a little bit higher here, but those other guys had gotten off at about 2 and they got right up. And you know, I had to find the second thermal, but obviously it's just fine. I'm gonna center just a little bit more and then I'll adjust that camera. My last glider video was up in Logan flying the Tetons, which was fun. I didn't like how my hat and my face was obscuring too much. Sorry about that. So I don't want the camera too far back, but let's get you as much of a view as possible. So again, I'm dry, so what I'm wanting to do is to keep my thermaling speed somewhere between 52, 55 kind of a thing. Knots indicated. Alright, let's mess with this. little bit. There we go. I led with the rudder a little bit too much on that one. Okay, let's see where recenter this thermal. There's the high Uintas. Cannot wait to go play over there. So you can actually see on this trace, the thermal's really narrow. Just for a second. Ah, how beautiful. What a beautiful soaring location. And I picked a good day too. So the wind right now is reading only 7 or 8 knots from the west. Switch to 123. Bravo 4's on frequency.
Stop here.
Alright, so I'm now 9,000 feet.
Stop your right wing, sir.
This wasn't the greatest of thermals, so I'm going to now cruise just in this direction, see if I can get stronger. See the glider way up there. Funny, John, I said I never flying flap number 4 except for takeoff, except for right now. I put it in 4 and thought of you. That was a fun conversation the other night, chatting about flap settings. Alright, see, this is a much better thermal. One of the things I'm going to do is change my McCready setting. Right now I've got it set to 0. Put it to 4. I'm currently at 5.5. So one of the things that I haven't been good at, you know, it's too bad you can't see this screen. You can't see it very well. This screen you can see a lot better. This right here is my Vario average. So right now my average for the last 20 seconds is 6.3 knots. And the one above it is my thermal before, which was 3.5 knots. So if that makes sense. And then this one says the altitude that I've gained in this thermal. And then the one below it is my G load. So I'm pulling, you know, 1.5 Gs right now in this turn. 1.6, 1.7 Gs. So I'm showing you I got a little bit out of center. Should be a little bit better. Oh, this is great. Woo! How fun and how beautiful. How beautiful. So averaging 5, going this way just a little bit, see if we can get back to that 6 average. You can see it's just little micro adjustments, you know, really only going straight, you know, coming out of the bank to turn and going straight for just 1 or 2 seconds, then you're right back in. Because if you think about it, I mean, I'm going, you know, the equivalent of about 65 miles an hour over the ground. So 1 second going that fast, you're going to cover some pretty significant area. And the thermals, you know, especially a narrow thermal like today, you can quickly just get out of the thermal completely. So micro adjustments.
Yeah, just K4, go ahead. Like K4, go clear behind you. Continue a couple hundred feet behind.
Kilo 4, Bravo 4, just climbing through 11,000. Thinking about heading over to the high Uintas once I get high enough. What's your status? Kilo 4, say again?
Yeah, Kilo 4. I'm about 10 miles north of Strawberry, eastbound.
Cool.
So Kilo 4 right now.
So there's a beep every once in a while that a couple people have asked me about, and what that's saying is, hey dummy, you should straighten out for just a second and it'll be stronger. So it should probably beep right about now. And see, then I just straighten out for a second and then back. See, whoop, there's that beep.
Wondering, I see this Thunder Ridge Airport. Do you know if that's landable?
Bravo 4, I've landed there, it's good. Landed there in power. Oh, it feels strong. See, beep. So it wanted me to straighten out for a second. I don't always follow it. I probably should, subconsciously. But let's just see what happens. Usually if it beeps twice in the same part of the circle, then I'll be like, okay, come on, wake up. It's trying to tell me something. See, beep. And you know what? I can feel it stronger. See how that was a good help? So it was my V7, which they now call, I think, like the S8 or something. That's the instrument that was doing it. So I'm now climbing through 13,000. Time to throw on the oxygen. So the regulations are, if you're above 12,500 for more than 30 minutes, or if you're above 14,000, and we're gonna go straight up to the stratosphere. Oftentimes I put this on before launching. I was in a little bit of a hurry. So you notice you can actually still thermal with just your rudder pedals. Don't need no stinking ailerons. Takes lots of top rudder though to not fall over, fall off the side. turn on my mountain high system. Again, what that is this cool little box that senses your pressure and the negative pressure when you breathe in, and then it just sends a little pulse of air based on how high you are. So obviously the higher you go, the more air that it sends. All right, Utah Lake is over there. That's kind of Provo area. If I were to go straight, that's Mount Nebo on the horizon. There's the ski resorts in front of me, Brighton and Alta, Park City. Great thermal. Papa Sierra, you've been keeping the secret all to yourself. Why didn't you tell us the thermals were like this up here? Oh, this is great. Climbing through 13.4. Almost 900 feet per minute. See, look at this, I'm pulling almost 2 Gs. Oh, this is so great. 16,000.
Thermal was asking, why didn't you tell us the thermals were this good up here? And this is the first time flying out of Heber. Yeah, left Cedar Valley traffic, ladder Papa X-ray, running right down
Don't pay attention to what I just did. Oh, no, I brought attention to it. Again, there's the backside of Mount Timpanogos, which I've had some really fun flights. Alright, yeah, it looks like I'm 500 feet below. Time to exit. Again, my keyboard mouse is on my left hand, which is also where my trim is. So I'm often messing with that and you can't even see. I'm gonna get some air in here. I've fogged up my canopy. It's 29 degrees outside. I think it's all this hot air I'm spewing. Yeah, it sure seems like this is pretty dim. I'm gonna go into the menu. Yeah, it's all the way. Bravo 4, go ahead. I'm sorry, say again. Alright, Bravo 4 is just to the north of that Virga that's falling, just to the west of Camas. Hopefully, you're supposed to be lift, not sink.
Yeah, we used to that TFR by now.
The TFR only goes up to 12,000. I just wanted to see what this would do in terms of Vario. I gotta crack this open. Look at this, I'm just fogging this up. I'm just going to crack it just a little bit.
I was down there for a minute, but I'm not 50 to the airport, so I was just curious. I thought I was east of it.
So it's 27 degrees outside.
Yeah, that's nice because I don't think people will turn pretty out this way at all.
Alright, well, my thinking is to go down the high Uintas when I get to the end, see what's next. Do I go play up in Wyoming a little bit? Do I go down to Green River area? So let's just see how it works. I can really feel the difference of not having water ballast. It really does feel slower. Again, I'm gonna have to crack a window for this. Sorry about that. beautiful. Let's talk about the high Uintas a little bit. I've been told it's one of the largest, if not the largest, east to west mountain chains in the US. And one of the things that's fascinating about it is just how wide it is. So, you know, I think the tallest peak is somewhere in the 13.5 to 14.5 range of altitude, and so, you know, I mean, that seems really high, but if you're that low, you know, you're at mountain tops, and it's so wide of a range that you may have a hard time getting out to a place where there could be farmers' fields or some place to land. So this is a place where it's get high, stay high. So as you can see, I've dropped a couple, you know, 1,500 feet, and you can see the temperature goes up. So I'm just kind of taking it easy. My ground speed right now is 107 knots. So that's going to put us right at about 128 miles an hour. Something like that. So just looking at these clouds, this cloud right here doesn't look all that great because it doesn't have all that flat of a bottom. Speaking of flat bottoms, what has an amazing one is that one over there, but that's not on my course line. Oh, I could be wrong though. I made that turn to the right just to prove that I know how to turn to the right. I got way too used to turning left in the competition. It gets cold quickly with 31-degree air blowing on you. Looks like there's a fire over in that direction. Oh yeah, there's multiple, so that must be where that fire was, where that TFR is. So again, I need to be, I'm not going to go over that far, but you know, it'd be nice to stay above 12, both for staying high and then also being well clear of the TFR. Alright, so I'm now getting to this one. I'm going to stop and actually tank up, climb 2,500 feet underneath this cloud. This one's good. Just waiting till it's really good. 30 of it. Is this it? I think so. It's a little bit smoky. I think there's fires to the west of us. So you can see it wasn't in that direction. So now I'm going to go straight, do a 270. And here we go. Still trying to feel exactly where this lift is. Feel stronger this way, so I'll wait a few seconds. Now turn into it. You know, the Nationals was, it's so good racing with other good pilots because it shows you what, you know, your strengths are and their weaknesses. I think one of my strengths is, you know, once I get into a thermal with the other guys, they're not leaving me in the dust. But I think one of my weaknesses is that I get too content with thermals that are okay, but not amazing. So, like for example, continuing to circle in that instead of trying to look for it even stronger. Go ahead.
Yeah, where's your end up?
You know, let me do a go to Kings Peak and I'll tell you my distance. Hold on.
We'll go to Heber.
– 23 miles from Heber.
23 miles from Heber. Are you northeast?
I'm heading straight towards Kings Peak. East, straight towards Kings Peak.
South is 18 miles east northeast of Heber now, and heading towards Kings Peak. I can't recognize what you guys are saying. The high Uinta, the Uinta Mountains, Kings.
Oh, this is strong right here. Alright. Stop messing around. I've been really sloppy in this thermal. I was listening to the conversation and focusing on that, but this is a good thermal. I just need to center it. So wait. Go ahead.
Got to that time. Number 40. The Mirror Lake Highway. I'm not entirely sure where the Mirror Lake Highway is. If you see the big brown mountains to the north here, just go east along that ridgeline, the high Uinta.
Headed towards turn point number 46 on the Nephi turn point. Yeah, I've really done this thing sloppily. Not paying attention, just enjoying myself. I'm just gonna go explore. You've got all these really cool wispy fingers and stuff, and then you've got this flat, darker thing. So I'm just gonna go straight, and you know, looking at this, you can see the red is where I was going up. The blue is where I was sinking. enough messing around. I love flying these mountains in the early summertime, you know, in May and June, because there's still just a ton of snow up here and it looks just spectacular. It's just gorgeous. They were talking about the Mirror Lake Highway. You can see a road that runs through there, and then right here is Mount Baldy in front of me. So for those of you that's ever driven the Mirror Lake Highway, kind of get a feel for where I am.
304 Bravo 4.
Go ahead.
Okay, let me understand this. You guys are on the northern edge of the Uinta?
No, I'm pretty much over the highest area. So I'm approaching Mirror Lake. I'm 5 miles away. So I'm over where it's all bald. How do I copy? Do I sound okay?
Yeah, I got you loud and clear now. And I'm showing 30 miles from Kings Peak, and I think I have it visually.
Yeah, I'm only 31.8, so I'll look for you. All right, so supposedly he's 2 miles in front of me. The thing is I should be getting his.
That's Gold Sierra on the fish finder, and for some reason I don't have you.
Huh. Just a quick turn, look at these beautiful lakes. Isn't this pretty? Feel stronger right here, so I'm gonna straighten out. Now turn here and try to really grab this more powerful air, which did not work. That's why this is fun, because it's so difficult. Back up to 15,200. It's fun, I'm looking straight down on ponds that have lily pads.
Is there a cloud above us? I didn't see any indicator. Yeah, you got it. I'll do it. A big wide one. I'm gonna go around and then point it up.
So that's Corey from Cedar Valley. Again, I'm so used to being over these mountains thinking I've got to get all the way back to Cedar Valley. It's fun. It's fun thinking all I have to do is get to Heber. Sure seems like the thermals are a lot better just right here, right below the clouds. So I'll get to cloud base and then I'll tiptoe from cloud base to cloud base and see if I can do it without turning. Because this is a lot better than just even 1,000 feet below. The edge of the thing.
We'll find it. I got it just right off our 9 o'clock.
Okay, 17,000. Sorry, I'm not trying to show how to fly the fastest. Today is just a fun flight. I'm not going to go up in the clouds, but check this out. And I do have a decent amount of time. Under the hood.
Not worth chasing after again. I'm going out to better things, I think.
So you can see how much off course line I'm going, but it's to hit this cloud.
Yeah, good luck. You know, Romeo 5 said that the west-northwest edges of the shadow where he was finding it. Pretty much take a tune-outer and live with it.
Just gonna do an S turn here. As long as I'm in left. You can see I'm not, so I'm already putting the flaps down. I'm looking down at area that I've hiked. Camped at, fished with my kids. It's fun. Alright, so decision. Which way am I going to go? That looks a lot stronger. I'll go in this direction. Notice how cash and worry-free this can be. I mean, here I'm going almost 130 miles an hour on the ground, no engine, over middle of nowhere, unlandable. Fun stuff. Fun to show you Flaming Gorge. Get out there and then decide what's next. How pretty this is. And you can see by the mountains how fast they're moving. I'm making some good speed on the ground. So I flew these mountains up from Cedar Valley. My Phoebus. That was a good flight. It's a very good flight. My power flarm is showing me Gulf Sierra, and I can see him in the distance. Just look and make sure that this thing is charging and working. Yay, it's working. That external battery solution's working. That is great. Okay, instead of going all the way over there, I'm going to cut this and go this way. These clouds are showing me there's still activity over here, and there's no reason to go so far south if I really want to go this way. These rings are distance. It depends on how far I've zoomed in. Right now they're 5-mile rings, so Kings Peak is 15 miles out, three rings away. I think somebody was asking me about that. If you land out in here, that is a really, really bad day. I mean, you're getting a helicopter or something to pull your wreckage out. One of the things I'm thinking about is going and seeing if there's any hikers on Kings Peak. You know, Kings Peak is over in that direction. If I could take a good climb.
Hey guys, it's Kilo 4.
Hey there.
Yeah, Kilo 4 to Vassel 4. How's you guys making out?
Doing well. I'm about 10 miles away from Kings Peak.
Okay, I had to go back out to one of these valleys. I'm thinking out, probably going to sit down in there. I don't know what the valley is called, but it's a South Valley, like due east of the lake.
Say again, due east of where?
Semi.
Jeez. Feeling to see which way. Okay, this looks like a good thermal.
Just below you, Bruno.
Alright. So Paul's below me. 1,400 feet. Let's see if I can get this to turn so you can see. Isn't that pretty? There he is. Smile, Paul, you're on camera.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. I was too busy looking out the window. I'd gone up to 65 knots and
Kilo 4 is out here. How you doing? Kilo 4, got a low save. It's working out so far. Thanks. I just picked up the Bravo 4 here just west of Kings Peak. Yeah, I think my problem is that I tried to head over. It sounds like you guys went up to Mary Lake and then across, and I tried to go over diagonally, and that was a no-go. Yeah, with the wind out in the northwest, it's supposed to be over and just slightly to the south of the ridge line of the Uintas for us to get that lattice dissipation.
see, so it's not very good, so I'm gonna now go upwind. In fact, my computer told me to do that too. Look at that. Let's see how that's stronger. So my son has hiked Kings Peak. It's a very difficult hike. I mean, I think you're like 25 miles one way or something like that from the trailhead.
Come back or get anything else. Yeah, I can tell before you do this because it's impossible to do anything about that.
So the thinking to get plenty of energy and go say hi to some probably Boy Scouts on the peak. And do it without landing out. Feel the energy. That's good. So again, 5 mile rings, I'm 5 miles away. gets a lot more red cliffs out here. Say hi to the boys. In fact, you know what's kind of fun is, depends on how I'm doing, but I don't have water, so I can do some loops if I have any kind of a crowd. There's a bunch of people there. A loop for him. That's kind of fun. Hope the hikers like the loops.
Give them a little show over King.
Yeah.
I'm heading northwest on northwest.
fun. What would be super fun would be to find one of those kids and get the video from the ground. All right, I'm low. I need to now go find a climb. Shot down on this side of the range. I'm not too worried yet. I mean, again, you look in the clouds, the wind, everything. I should really easily find a climb. Piece of cake. It's a good climb too. You know what's interesting, guys, is when you do a loop, you're pulling about 2.5, no more than, 3 Gs. And you do 3 in a row, and you feel tired afterwards. I'm serious. It's like, in flight simulators and stuff, it's just, it's fun to go upside down and fun to do these high G maneuvers, but in real life, the blood just drains out of your head like that. And then you get a headache and you're all tired. It's really funny. It's not quite as glamorous as it seems like in videos or when you're actually feeling it. It makes you tired. Concentrate. Where'd this thermal go? I'm still not out of danger yet. Come on. Alright, Boy Scouts, one of you needs to post onto YouTube. Make sure you mention Kings Peak and Glider. And it'll be fun to see that video. Papa Sierra, you ever made it all the way to Flaming Gorge?
No, I couldn't get that far.
I'm not getting anything. Oh. Let's get out of this sink. Alright, just checking airports to see if I have any made. And I do. So, absolutely zero stress. Well, I mean, if I guess I was in an 8 knotter, it would be even better, but we're okay. These thermals are still really narrow. See, this is something that, as it comes together as you get higher, you know, it's a 2.5, 3 knot thermal now, but it becomes a 6 to 8 knot thermal as you get to the cloud base. Which is why, you know, many times they continue to say, low is slow, get high, stay high. That was worth it though, losing all that altitude to hopefully thrill the people that were on the peak. I'm gonna continue. Obviously there's good lift over there. I just need to get high and then go over there. No biggie. I've been kind of lazy in my thermals. I need to pay attention on this one. Actually do something with this one. See, the cloud above me looks fine. I'm right over the ridge. It is exactly where a thermal should be. It's just so narrow. It's hard to really find the core. I'm thinking I'm pretty close though. Once I get about another 1,000 feet, I'll be high enough that I can then go to something that's stronger. I'm close enough. What do you think? Good call? All right. about centering this thing. See, so I mean, there's the classic example of staying in something that's bad or mediocre and not going to something better. The trade-off, though, is that, you know, at some point you got to take whatever you got until you can get high enough, but then you have to have the discipline that, you know, you just barely got low, you're kind of, you know, still shaking up from it.
Basically in the area, we're not going anywhere.
And so then you know, you leave the brothers in your wife's purse, and you got no guts. You don't, you know, you're like, I'll take anything. And that's just, you know, you get slow and low, and that's where it's not as fun. So the trade-off is, you know, switching gears. You know, I gotta take anything so I don't land out, but then, all right, I gotta go look for a stronger thermal. Cold. This is the center right here. Every once in a while you'll see wind still, and that is the very center of the thermal. All the wind is rushing around in all directions, so see right here, center of the thermal. This wind gauge is incredibly valuable for not just ridge soaring, but even helping you to center in a thermal. See where is the wind rushing in which direction. Now, if this were a contest, I would be busted. Bam! I'm at 17.5, but I can go up to 18. $17.9. Really don't bust 18. It's just there's no reason to. Zoom out. That's fun. Bad that it's smoky, because normally you can see quite a bit further. Doesn't make this quite as visually appealing to you, I'm sorry. I didn't order the smoke. It's going well. Keeping an eye on the winds. 7 knots. Because, you know, I have to fly back the other way. No big deal. Close enough. Those clouds look better. I'm gonna have a really fun shelf to run back home on. I'll get right up to cloud base and just run this thing. This will be fun. Oh, we'll go to the end of it first. I think that'll make a fun, you know, couple-hour movie. I haven't seen any lightning come out of these. Where I do see lightning is usually out of the rain shafts, not out of the shelf itself. Yeah, I can take this and climb, and hopefully I can stay up near the clouds because I'll be on the street. So I just need to find a good climb. See, so right as I get to the top of that turn, I'm right at stall. So as I'm climbing, I'm putting all of my energy into my upward before I start turning instead of putting any of my energy sideways. So you know, this is my cruise page, and here's my thermaling page. See, this lift is already so much better organized because I started higher. So yeah, I'll just go straight down that way. Another couple thousand feet. This is so relaxing. Don't fall asleep. You know what? I am shocked and amazed at how many of you watched the last video all the way through. 5.5 hours. And thank you for watching and then commenting, and it was fun to hear your comments. It's so fun to share this, and then it's, you know, it's so gratifying to then hear that you actually enjoy the crap that I'm putting out. So thank you. It's fun to hear from you and make new friends. Tell you what, there's so much gliding all around the world. Still want to do someday. If you were to ask, okay, where's your first? You know, it's interesting. For some reason, I'm drawn to the thought of Germany, to go back to where you know, much of the gliding originates from, and modern gliding. But love to do the French Alps. Of course, New Zealand is way up there on the list. There's so many places to go experience. All right, so the lift. It's only around 4 knots. I'm up to 17.6. There we go. A little bit better. All right, let's go fly this shelf. I don't want to go too fast because I want to really stay up close to where cloud base is, because you get, you know, we call it cloud suck. But I mean, this thing should just be just this huge vacuum cleaner sucking up the sky, you know, and then dumping it on the other side, as you can see. There we go, come on. Yeah, this is fun, see? Underneath this mother shelf. So you haven't seen me eat in a while. I've been bad about bringing any kind of food, and I should be eating, just like should be drinking. I'll go. I think you can probably see this better now. See him at 17.6. My ground speed's 124 knots, which is, I don't know, 140 miles an hour. Just kind of cruising same altitude on this lift line. That's fun. Pardon the eating. I got chocolate all over. Nice. Over this way. You know, the shelf goes this way, and then I can just follow the shelf back. So, no big deal. So, where I'm pointing towards is now vernal. Vernal, Utah, the last semi-large city before you get to Colorado. Again, I'm just going to go under the shelf. Just go a little bit further that way and then head home. So let's see what home is. Home is Takeoff. And I'm only 85 miles from home. See? One of the benefits of flying out of Heber. - 23 degrees. So now I'm in the zone of suckage. I can just kind of go straight in the direction I want. Jeez, I got chocolate all over my shirt. So in this direction, you have Flaming Gorge. I'm just messing around. I should be in cruise flap setting 2 and see, get there faster. Again, I just start sitting back and just enjoying it so much. See how cool these shelves are? Just kind of suck you up. It's just for fun if you want to see. It's a real comfort knowing that this artificial horizon's here. Doesn't mean I should be stupid, but it's nice to have it. Let me see. This is the thing that warns me. Let's get warned instead of 7,200. Let's get warned at 7,800. Because again, I can go up to 18 now. So I'm 95 miles out from Heber. Might as well at least get 100 miles out. I'd say I did 100 miles out. My feet are starting to get cold. There's always a little bit of a draft on my feet. Down to 17. This is a good dark cloud. So I'll go to the edge of it and turn around. That'll be perfect. Kind of felt more lift on this wing. Strong. It's 15 knots. $17,600. See, this is perfect. It's just comfortable. Distance, 101 miles. See, pretty cool, huh? Got my heading bug here. Be fun to just keep heading east. Alright, we're almost 4 o'clock. It really is time to turn around. Don't want to. This is fun. There's a road, I guess, that goes to Vernal from Flaming Gorge. on directly over it. Alright. Time to zip home. So I'm just gonna head a little bit more into this cloud because I was kind of on the edge. And yeah, you can see the lift is a lot stronger here. So I'll be further in as I zip home. .24 degrees. It's chilly. Makes you think of your gel coat. You don't want it to get too cold. So right here, when I get into some lift, because I'm now down to 16.6, I'm gonna pull up and go slow. Should be any minute that I hit some good lift. So we're already back up to 17.5. Little break in the clouds. The reason why I don't get any closer to those shafts, because the lift is really strong over there, is that every once in a while you can see a little sparkler come out from underneath it. Not interested in seeing what that does to the ship. So to get home, it says I am 7,000 feet under final glide. I better find some, keep finding some lift. I've not once yet busted 18. Only getting to about 17.8, pushing over. So I'm making up ground now. I'm only 6,200 feet below final glide. Yeah, it'd be fun to make it over to Mount Timpanogos. Say hi to hikers there before I come in and land. That'd be fun. I think I'll do that. So my next goal is to Mount Timpanogos. That was that mountain that I was talking about, showing you the backside of. Be out of the sun in just a second. Really cold. Kind of see the line I'm taking. I'm obviously not wanting to go down through those rain shafts. But now that this is getting shrouded in shadow, I need to stay up high enough where I can stay connected to the clouds. That's what we call it. Because the clouds themselves, it's almost like they have their own gravity. With my not having to turn, that obviously speeds things up. Speed up before I get to the sink. So today, this morning, I edited the video of flying in the hot air balloon and taking a lesson. It was really fun. Had we just gone straight up to 2,000 feet and hovered and then just done maneuvers up there, I think it would have been kind of boring. But as you saw in the video, we did almost the entire flight down inside of neighborhoods below treetop level. That was fun. That was really fun. Look how intimidating this is. I still have 87 miles to go, and I got to get through all of that. And it's so high, you know. It's fun, intimidating. Things that intimidate me flying actually make it fun. If I'm not really, I haven't been scared. If I was truly scared, that's not fun. It's not fun to be scared. But it's fun to get your heart pumping and your adrenaline going, and there's a difference. I don't know if that makes any sense. Like right now, I'm gonna have to work to get home, and that's fun. If I was about to land in a meadow right there in the middle of nowhere, that would be scary. That would not be fun. I'm gonna land in some farmer's field. Again, then, you know, it's not like I'm scared for my life. That it's gonna be inconvenient, but it goes back to, no, that's fun, because it'll be an adventure. And that's what keeps me at least coming back to gliding. And then also the fact that I know that I personally can fly an additional 10-15% faster, because I see the best of the best do it. And so to figure out how in the world do they do it, that's fun. Okay, so I'm down to 16.3. Again, I do not want to lose contact with the cloud, so I'm very happy to slow up, not too slow, but to slow up and gain 1,000 feet. Looks like right here is a place to do it. So back up to 17. Look how pretty this is. Isn't that pretty with the sun on the rain? And then you've got cloud all around, but you've got that one place where there's sun on the mountain. That is beautiful. Just beautiful. Beautiful. Remember I said I was 7,000 feet below final glide. Now I'm only 4,500 feet below final glide, so doing well. It's just a little bit after 4 o'clock, and it's good. Get back there around 5 o'clock-ish, and then I can decide if I actually can go and fly Timpanogos, or if I just need to land. So here's a perfect example of wispies underneath the cloud, and typically I've found that it's an area where the lift is the strongest. So let's see. Let's test this theory out. shadows and how pretty the Uintas are. Alright, it's not supposed to be sink. Okay, those wispies sucked. No, they didn't. They didn't suck. It was sink. There's my lift. Airplane down almost 5,000 feet below me. Okay, I got a decision to make. I am going to go in this direction because it looks better and also it's more towards home. I wish you could see how cool this is. Not from a GoPro's perspective, but some human eyeballs perspective. Just for fun, let's see what this does. This kind of filter. Kind of what I'm looking through. Gives everything a little bit of a rosy tint. Lift, and I don't want to get below 16. A little bit better in speed wise. The last 60 minutes have been averaging 83. I think it's miles per hour, so you know, it's better than a stick in the eye. And it's dry. You know what? Either I ran out of batteries or I never activated my spot. Oh my goodness. Shame on me. rushed a little bit to take off. Oops. My bad. Especially flying over an area like this, you you want to have a satellite tracker and people be able to see where you are. I don't normally forget that. Well, still really good looking clouds out in front of me. So, you know, I'm down to 16,000, so if I can climb right here to 18,000, I'll then be able to bump those clouds, and I still think I'll be able to make that that goal to get to Timpanogos. Down to 3,000 feet that I need to get home. I think I've been cruising in the wrong flap setting. Oops. Anything above 72, I'm supposed to be in flap 2 when I'm dry. Time to speed up. Sinky. So here's something interesting. So there's this cloud that's higher and this one that's lower. So what I'll do is I'm going to go to the higher one. I think that there's going to be more lift there. In front of me is Kings Peak. Come on. I'm up to 88 miles an hour. Last 60 minutes. That's good. There we go. There's the strong left. Ah, this is great. Love it when a plan comes together. Best thermal of the day. And look, I'm circling to the right. Just for a second, and now I turn back again. Just to reposition. Alright, up to 17. Don't be so low, cloud base. I want to still go higher. I'm not going to turn this way because I'd be turning into the cloud. But if I turn this way, it's higher. There's the 17.9 I was talking about. Yeah, that was a great thermal. What a great thermal. And it says that I've got it made, except for there's one ridge in my way that's 600 feet higher right here because of a ridge, but I actually do have final glide if I didn't have that ridge in the way. I need to be careful. I'm at 17.8. Look how beautiful. The rain falling with the sun hitting it. I'm going to go in just a little bit. How beautiful. Right here should be lift again. There we go. And right now, lift is not altitude for me; it's speed. Because I can then push the nose down and maintain altitude. I'm trying to maintain 17.8. It'd be too difficult to maintain 17.9. You're just too close to hitting a bump and busting 18. See, so I'm able to go cruise a little bit faster. Last 60-minute speed, averaging 92 miles an hour. Look at the shadows on the mountains, how pretty that is. So, you know, we were more over that way on the way east, but the clouds are definitely favoring over here on the way back. I think those were my first loops of this season. I've been flying wet so much, or racing, I haven't had much of an opportunity to have fun. It's alright. 17.7. So, oh wow. It climbed so quickly. I hope you could have read that. It was fun to see. I mean, just shooting up like nothing. Kilo 4, Bravo 4. Papa Sierra, Bravo 4. Ooh. I saw 19.6. I forgot how high I was. I mean 17.6, not 19. 17.96. There we go. Better. Okay, it says I easily have final glide. That's scary. It sure doesn't look like it. But then again, I'm only 53 miles and I'm at 17.6. And there's not a really strong headwind. So I was just considering for a second having a flaps lesson, but I think I'm just going to do my own video on that some other time. People keep asking about flaps. A lot of glider pilots are just kind of intimidated by flaps, and it's like, don't be. They're stupid easy. Just a couple of rules of thumb and they are not difficult at all. So what are those rules of thumb? Well, watch the next video. Oh, this is great. So, you know, this is what you call a classic cloud street. Just a line of lift in 23-degree temperatures. Alright, I was on 123.3. I'm going to switch over to 122.8. I might quickly switch off of this. Just so many different airports on it. Might get kind of buggy. So my mountain high system, low battery. Well, that's not very helpful. What it's doing is it's just doing rapid pulses. That's annoying. Rapid pulses of oxygen. With only a McCready setting of 2, it's now saying I'm 4,000 feet. I don't need oxygen just to go play on Mount Tim. And it's an easy glide back home. So I think we'll still be able to accomplish this. What I'd like to do is if my oxygen can last until I get one final climb, look how dark this cloud is. What's fun too is, I mean, it looks like one of those classic paintings. You got smoke in each of the valleys, so you can see each of the layers. It's cool. Okay, here's the climb. Ground speed, 110 knots, about 130 miles an hour. was a much easier flight than the Teton's flight. That one, the clouds looked really pretty, but they didn't work as well as this one did. I'm still talking about it because it was that much fun. This was a fun flight though. I don't know quite what to call it. I'm not interested in anything exciting from here on out that ends up becoming the name of the flight. Hopefully the flight name will be based on something we've already done together. I only need an 18 glide ratio to get home. Think about it, when's the last time I circled? It was that really good, what was the last thermal? 9-knot thermal average back there. It's funny, it's starting to feel warm. It's 35 degrees outside at 14,400 feet. I got a jet. Got a jet coming in underneath my left wing. He is right at my same altitude. But seem to be going that fast. He's not catching on me, so it must be just a regular airplane. I love the PCAS feature of the power flying. PCAS means passive collision avoidance, and so it's using ATC's radar and both of our transponders to show me where he is. So that's nice. Down to 13.5. catching up on me a little bit. Not a ton. Just turned a little bit. Possibly talking to ATC for basic maneuver. Alright, he should be. I'm looking for him. I never saw him. Where did he go? See, that's the thing, is there's so many aircraft that you never see. Power flying tells you they're out there.
Over traffic, CM 505 Papa, 15 miles from the field, southeast of the field, 14,000 feet. When gliders let you know I'm going to come in, that's about 3 minutes out, so go.
Glider Bravo 4 behind you. Did your TCAS show me on your scope?
Yeah, just talking to people out there and working with
Yeah, it was me. Thanks for going around me. It was interesting to watch you. I've got PCAS, so I at least could see you.
Yeah, great. Yeah, a little more shout out for great. Much to be a little more than much. I'm down the ground, runway 224. Don't rush the butt bar, that's good. Butt's up.
Well, that's the benefit of having this. Instead of that jet coming and flying right down my tail, he flew around me and life is good. There he is, finally. I see a little dot. Still thinking it's looking pretty decent to get to Timpanogos. We'll see. It's only 4:45, so I mean I got plenty of time if I wanted to take a climb.
Thanks for that. I feel if I could pop off on a 3 minutes south for
This is a really good climb. Maybe while it's easy, I should at least do an S-turn or something. So that way I've got enough altitude to, again, get to temp.
The traffic just about the wagon. They said they're going to Redwood 4.
$1,800 feet. Now look at this. This thing doesn't read very accurately. Seems like I have to adjust it all the time. As I descended, you know, I'm down. This says 11.6. This is 11.5. It's already down to 11.25. And if you remember, I adjusted it just a little bit earlier. Alright, so the jet landed on runway 4, which is kind of interesting. We'll see if I get the normal 2-2 landing, or if I end up doing runway 4 as well. Not that it really matters. So if I was an OLC whore, I would be going in that direction. I could go down 50 miles and come back. Guess what? Not interested. There's nothing wrong with it, just, you know, I mean, I rack up points for what? I'm not in any standing for anything, so it's all good. Take off this. I'm not going to be high enough to need it anymore. Pushing me away. Oh, that is so strong. Oh, you can totally feel it. I'm actually going to circle this one. This one's awesome. That's where I came from. Yeah, I told you this one was good. Jeez. 10 knotter. I think I'm going to take it up to, it's 12.5. Probably take it up to 14, and that way I can just haul butt over to temp. What a great thermal. Well, if I wanted to, I could fly another couple hours, it seems like. Okay, I'm now 6,000 feet. I think I should have what it takes to get there and then get home. Let's see. Only 8 miles. What a fun, relaxing flight. It's fun to show you the high Uintas. I've had some films where I've gone over it before, but never all the way out and back like that before, so that's fun. That's great to see the system work as well as it did. I should have asked the pilot of that jet if it was ATC that warned him initially, or it was just his PCAS or his TCAS. From what I understand, the law is that basically all jets are required to carry a TCAS now, which is an active. They actually send out and interrogate. Way more expensive. You know, it's tens of thousands of dollars. They don't have to rely on ground-based radar to then get the echoes off of. Let's see what the weather is.
Heber City, Rush McDonald Field, automated weather observation 22560, weather, wind 270 at 5, visibility 10, clear.
Cool, so I can still land 220. Look at all the boats on the water. That's going to be me tomorrow. Woohoo! I'm going to go down to no bugs on my wings. I was up too high the whole time. What we may end up having to do is to go down, go all the way to the end, maybe go all the way down to the end there and then come back. I don't know, we'll see how it feels and how good it is. It may not actually be working because the wind is all over the place. this out. Check out the boats. Kind of cool, huh? So flap setting 1, when I'm dry, I go into that after 97 knots. Right now I'm about 115 knots. Ground speed's 133, so what would that be? 133, I don't know, 150 something miles an hour. Yeah, the way this wind is, I'm not sure how the mountain's going to be working. Let's go see. Right now it's light and variable. It's still early enough in the day that there may be some hikers on top. Whenever I get to a big mountain peak and there's no hikers on top, I'm always disappointed. My first experience with the glider was when I was 12 or 13 years old, hiking to the top of Lone Peak, which is about 20 miles to the north. At the very top, after a long hike, and all of a sudden this glider, about 10 feet over our heads, comes right over us, scares the crap out of us. It was awesome. I thought it was a jet because it was so loud. You know, it was a 2-seater, I think, from Heber, from the club. Probably not very well sealed and just making a lot of noise. How fun that was. And my next experience was seeing one taking off from here in Heber, which is cool. You know, the winds are light enough, it might be very possible to see a paraglider, which would be cool too.
Heber traffic, 7 left bank,
Alright, let's see what the mountain feels like today. It's always up to the mountain to see what she'll give us. Obviously a lot of lift, but I'm seeing wind from all over. Still, she's playing reasonably nice right now. Again, every time I go up to a mountain like this, I'm
Heber City traffic, glider 357 with area 5 south.
being very cautious right now. I do not want to get close until I know how the girl is acting. Also don't know if there are any other gliders on here, and so I'm gonna give wide room. two hikers right in front of me. And there's some hikers up at the top. So fun. Still don't have a perfect feel for her yet, so I'm still giving her plenty of distance. Interesting, no paragliders. It may just be too rough for them. Obviously, the ridge line is working well.
Traffic ladder to the south, 7,700. Getting ready to make left downwind runway.
Plenty of lift.
Heber City traffic, ladder traffic, experimental Mustang is 6,600 on a left downwind 22. Aircraft command 185 Lima. Let's see, good traffic glider. Glider traffic, you can go ahead and land. I can just climb up overhead and follow you. Affirmative for the glider. The numbers for runway 4, left downwind runway 2 for city traffic.
Still a leap for these guys.
And Heber City traffic, experimental Mustang glider in flight, I'll just circle overhead Heber City.
Nobody's waving. Nobody's friendly. Oh, that's fun. Hope somebody enjoyed it there. Jeez. That was fun. I'm pretty happy with those loops. They felt like they had plenty of energy throughout, so I got a good pull at the beginning. I didn't over pull it and do a high-speed stall. Over the top, I still feel like I had energy, so it was good. It's fun though when you're coming up over the top and then coming down. You just see ground. All you see is just ground as you're coming down. Alright, so I'm going to just go down to that peak down there and come back and then come land. And this was a fun day. And I still can hopefully go out to dinner with my wife. She's willing to go late. What a beautiful day. I mean, very little overdeveloped. It was just that one shelf along the high Uintas, which is nothing. But I mean, didn't blow up into any thunderstorms or... This was awesome. How fun. So I'm, obviously well above the ridge. There's tons of lift. Wow. Tons of lift. Thinking maybe what I do is go to that peak and then go to this peak and then just cut the corner and go straight to the airfield. I still got to take the glider apart. I'm keeping it in the trailer. I don't have a hangar arrangement there at Heber. But it should be fun, hang out there for the next month and a half until hopefully Nephi gets going again. The reason why Nephi's not going is just our instructor that we're going to have down there. We just got to get him a little bit more experience on the winch for him to then go down and instruct on the winch down there. Trying to lose some altitude so you can actually get some fly by the rocks footage. If you look, you can see all the different what would you call that, striations, all the lines on the mountain that they did back in the 30s. The concept is that it supposedly was going to hold the snowpack a little bit longer. There's tons of mountains here in Utah that have that. I've never read if it actually worked or not. If you have gotten this far in the video and nobody else has commented on it, please look it up and let us know. Are these lines just an eyesore, or do they actually work? Do they actually capture the snow in the runoff, or what? Alright, let's turn back, fly by the rocks, and then go home. This was easy, huh? See all those lines really easily on the far side. Look at all those dead trees. That's kind of sad. So I'm going to get the rotor after this. Shouldn't be too bad because the wind isn't that strong. I'm still prepared for it though. It's not throwing me around too bad. fun. I'm glad I went, checked out Tim. That was fun. Looks like there might be another private jet landing at Heber. Above that 97 knots, so I need to go into one and go all the way to the bottom of the yellow and still hit, you know, severe turbulence, let's say really strong thermal, or you know, do full controls, but these hills are masking the radio calls from the airport if they're down low.
Heber traffic thermal Mustang over at the field 8,500 Heber.
Alright, there's that one guy. There's tons of lift. You could fly till sundown on a day like today. Fun. Heber traffic, glider Bravo 4 is 7 miles from the west, 8,300 inbound for landing Heber.
Automated weather observation 23222. New weather, wind 350 and 5. Visibility 10. Clear, low 12,000.
350 at 5. Interesting. Got no water ballast to dump. Okay, 5640. Heber traffic, glider Bravo 4 is 2 miles from the northwest. We'll be overflying the airport to enter the pattern and land, Nephi, or Heber, sorry.
Bravo 4, glider gate.
Go.
That looks like wind is favoring runway 4.
Okay, winds favoring runway 4, thank you. Alright. Gear down. Heber traffic, glider Bravo 4 is entering a left downwind for runway 4, landing long, Heber. Okay, gear is down and locked. Let's see where I want to touch down. I want to touch down 2 intersections before the one that I want to actually end up stopping at. Got it in sight. Heber traffic, glider Bravo 4 turning final, runway 4, Heber. Trying to hold it off as long as I can. That was, oh, I was supposed to be touching down there. That was horrible. It's uphill. I forgot. Heber traffic, glider Bravo 4 sucks and is going to be on the runway for 1 minute. Heber. I forgot it's uphill.
Yeah, okay.